Hello, Europa Universalis players, fans. Maybe you don't like the game. Maybe you're here to hear me ramble for 5 or 10 minutes straight. But are you tired of wanting to form the Mongol Empire only to find the Ottomans have taken the Crimea for themselves? Are you tired of getting flooded out by the hundreds of thousands of Chinese troops the Ming send your way? Well, do I have the solution for you today? Today, we're going to be choosing the nation of Mongolia, and for the sake of demonstration, I will be doing this in normal mode and using console commands, or else we'd probably be here for about 25 minutes. So I'm going to save both your and my time and use console commands. Yeah, blah blah blah. Okay, so first, I'm going to unstate all of our land. I'm going to give myself a bunch of points so I can move the capital. So paper, mana, just 1,000. We're going to move the capital to a buryat culture province. And we're also going to pull up debug mode as well to make my life easier. Debug mode. I did use debug mode. Okay. And we're going to change religion to 114 Tengri. Okay, that didn't do anything. We'll just convert these to Mongol instead. These Tengri provinces will be Mongol, so culture 4669, culture 270, culture 472. I think that'll be enough provinces for this demonstration. Today is like a science lab in your class, so we'll just throw our troops out into the tundra. Actually, we don't need troops. Not where we're going. Not with what we're doing. So first we're going to unstate all of our land here that is not buryat. So all of our Altaic cultured land that we have. Nah, we don't want that to be stated. No, we're just gonna unstate all of it. Alright, looks good. Now I'm gonna just give myself a bunch of points so I can culture shift to buryat. So bird, mana. I probably could have just did power. Can I just use power? No. Okay. Sword. I know there's a way to give yourself all the mana, but I forget. So I'm just gonna do one by one. And we're just gonna make a metropolis out here in the middle of nowhere. Yes, we're gonna be the fur trading hub of the world. Okay. Now we can convert to buryat culture. We are going to denounce Klaka culture. We are going to culturally shift to buryat, denounce Mongol culture. And now we just have to kick back and wait a month. And you'll notice something a little screwy show up in our rebels and possible revolts tab. So if we wait a month, you'll notice that there are separatists that would like the independence of the Mongol Empire in our nation. Now, you can let them rise up and let them run around a little bit. I don't know how much they'll run around. If the long and the short of it is, the provinces must be Tengri. This is the criteria to get Mongol Empire rebels. Anyway, like the separatists for the Mongol Empire, your province must be Tengri. Your culture in the province must be Mongol. So you need some Mongol Tengri provinces. That's where we're going to get the Mongol separatists, even though we are Mongolia. And that leads to the third criteria being Mongolia cannot be the primary nation of Mongol culture. So you see, now we are the primary culture of buryat and not Mongol. So Mongol culture is the nation to be the primary nation for Mongol culture is just up for grabs. And the game's just going to throw the Mongol Empire on the map. Yeah, the horror, I agree, game. So it's the honest to goodness Mongol Empire on the map in 1444. You can see, well, Chief Ligdan here is no Genghis Khan, but that's your job as the player. and you can see they have the honest-to-goodness Great Mongol State Government that you can select. In 1444, if you're fast enough, you're probably not going to do that this fast, considering I used console commands. But, yeah, we have the Mongol Empire on the map in the, just the 15th century. I might have messed up my centuries. First is 0. Forget it. That's beside the point. The point is, you can get Mongol Empire on the map in record speed without having to conquer this giant swath of land that stretches an entire continent. Instead, you can just screw over Mongolia and then release and play as these guys if you're an Iron Man, or you can just switch tags if you're not an Iron Man if you just want to have some fun with the Mongol Empire. You also have 100% crown land, which could be kind of useful to just, sell some of that or do whatever you will with it. But, yeah, I guess that's going to conclude this, I guess this is kind of a guide. It's also important to note, before I do end off the video, that these, hang on, I need to tag switch back over to the Mongols, or Mongolia. Tag Ka. It's important to note that it's very important that you have Tengri and Mongol. A province must be both Tengri and Mongol. If you have a Vajrayana, you're just going to get these smelly Chahari Separatists, and nobody wants those. Nobody wants Chahar Separatists. What even is a Chahar? And then if it's Klaka culture, then you're going to get the nation of Klaka, and that's no good either. So, if you want to get the Mongol Empire on the map, these are the steps you're going to have to remember. You're going to have to somehow get Mongolia off of the Mongol culture. Easiest ways to play as them, and culture shift to something else as your primary culture, and denounce your Mongol culture. It is also important that you have some Mongol cultured provinces after you change your culture that are Tengri. If they are not Tengri, I believe they will be Chahari rebels and not Mongol Empire Separatists. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them below in the comment section. Please drop a like on the video if you liked this, and let me know. Maybe I can make a campaign out of this, or a let's play, and we can build the Mongol Empire from the ground up, per se. But yeah, thank you for watching, and share this with your friends. This is really cool.